Welcome back, everybody, to the Westlake Hornets Teambuilder Dynasty here in NCAA Football 14. As today, Season 13 of the series is kicking off. Yes, we are in year number 13. Time flies when you're having fun. So today we have the annual preseason episode going to introduce recruiting for the year, going over red shirts, depth charts, custom schedules, preseason polls, and All-Americans, all that fun stuff. I know on paper this doesn't seem like the most exciting episode, but this is always one of my favorite episodes to do every year, just because I find this preseason stuff always pretty fun and exciting and get us amped up for the new season. I've been working hard on the custom recruits the past couple of days, and they are obviously now complete. If you would like to make a custom recruit for future seasons, make sure to go join my Discord server. The link is in the description. That is where you are able to make custom recruits for this series and custom players for my other series. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Usually I make about 20 custom recruits a year because the game only lets you make like 20 custom players per season. I don't really know why only 20, but oh well. Recruiting is especially fun now that we are a big program because A, a lot of top prospects are interested in us, and B, we will be able to hopefully insta-commit some players in this episode. So without further ado, let's see some of the top players who are interested in us. Okay, so in the top 10, we only have one guy. That is the number 7 player, wide receiver Damian Rose. It's always good to stock up on wide receivers. An athlete, Damian Purcell. He is 4th. So I'll be going through all of these players off camera, finding guys who I want, and I guess start the scouting process. There are not a lot of 5-stars who are super interested, I've got to say. Okay, right as I say that, we run into like 3. But yeah, I'll find all these guys off camera, and we will once again talk about recruiting later in the episode. But for right now, let's go to the red shirts. Redshirting players was not much of a challenge this year. We're redshirting all of our true freshmen except for left tackle Amir Logan, because he will be starting this year. So everybody else who would not be starting otherwise will be getting redshirted. And then junior linebacker, I forget his name, he's like a 40 overall, came in as a walk-on, Tommy Weber. He is also getting redshirted. So that's it for red shirts. Not too much to talk about there. Let's take a look at our official depth chart going into week 1 of the season. QB1 obviously will be Stephen Westwood, the senior. I did not think he would be returning to school this year. Obviously, I'm pleasantly surprised that he is. So the big anticipated QB battle between freshmen Marsucio Walter-Ron and Keith Fleming will have to wait till next season. But I do think both of these guys will get a little bit of playing time here and there, especially in blowouts when we're in garbage time and don't need Westwood in the game. Running back, I'm very excited for this. So John Cummings is the listed starter, but the past few seasons, we've been doing running back by committee. This year will be no different. Usually, we have a 2-headed monster in the backfield. This year, it's a 3-headed monster. John Cummings and Irving Porter are both back, but the addition of Isaiah Sparks should give this offense a new spark. Okay, I'm sorry for that joke. Fullback, once again, will be J.C. Godwin. Wide receiver, no more Ulri Ayuluko. The starters will be Carter Westwood, Cassius Troy, Dale McBride, and Tegan Moon. For those who don't know, a very large majority of our plays are 4 receiver sets, so even though Tegan Moon is wide receiver 4, you will hear his name a lot. Tight end, once again, will be Reggie Herman, backed up by Paul Richard. On the offensive line, we have 3 new starters here, including true freshman Amir Logan. Left guard Stephen Allen is back, Mike Rhodes is back, and then the right side of the offensive line is different with Kyle Harris at right guard, and then Dwayne Morton at right tackle. We were not planning on having Morton start here, but obviously with J.B. Givens declaring for the draft, this is where Morton will be filling in. The defensive line for the most part is similar. Delvin Hines back at left end. Right end is still Mike Wilson. Defensive tackle, no more Octavius October. Instead, we got his younger brother, Kez October, along with obviously Big Tuna Richard Rivers Jr. However, the linebackers and secondary are very different. In our linebackers and secondary, only 1 starter from that group is returning. We have 3 new starters at linebacker. At left outside, it will be Dylan Washington. At middle linebacker, it'll be David Harris. And then at right outside linebacker, it'll be Ronald Benson. I do want to see what Dante Rollins can do. Maybe he outplays one of these other three guys. I don't know. We'll have to see. At corner, the only player in our linebackers or secondary who got any meaningful playing time who's back is Anthony Mitchell. Behind him, we've got Tegan Moon, or not Tegan Moon, his twin brother Tristan Moon. I get these two mixed up. Tristan Moon is for corner. Paul King and Bob Adams will also be receiving good playing time. At free safety, we got the 6'4" Kevin Blanchard. At strong safety, Jacques Vallone. Got a new kicker. The Volker Gantz replacement is Zebediah Phoenix II. Punter will once again be Greg Guillory. We need a new punter this year, and I did not add a punter to the board. You know, I probably should have done that now that I think about that. I mean, Keith Fleming can play punter. If Guillory leaves after this season and we don't have a punter, Keith Fleming can be our punter. Kick returners, for right now, our main two will be Dale McBride and Tegan Moon. The punt returner will be Dale McBride. Kickoffs, I think, will be probably done by Phoenix. I think he has a stronger leg, so he'll do that. Stephen Allen will be the launch snapper, and that is it. Now on to the custom schedules, and I think we have a really fun schedule this year. So week 1, obviously against Utah State like every year. Week 2, bye week. Week 3, we head to Michigan State to take on head coach Mason Conway's alma mater. The first time we're playing Michigan State in this series. They are led by quarterback Koko Onwosu, a player we talked about in one of the prospect profiles for the Jaguars franchise. So we will get a full look at him. Week 4, home against the Cincinnati Bearcats. At Cal to start Pac-12 play. They are ranked number 6. At USC, bye week versus Utah versus number 4 UCLA. At Notre Dame, led by one of our former backup quarterbacks, Norden Michelik, versus Arizona, versus Air Force at Arizona State, and then our final game of the year will be at BYU. So our senior day this year is an early one, week 12 against Air Force. Looking at the preseason polls, the number 1 ranked team headed into the season is the Ohio State Buckeyes. Can't really say I'm super surprised about that. We do got some weird teams in the top 10. Iowa at number 8, even though they don't have Rodney Allen anymore. Pittsburgh at 9, Georgia Tech at 10. What has happened to this save file? The defending champion Fresno State Bulldogs start at 14. Since they lost for Heisman winning quarterback Billy Joseph, I think that's about fair. Maybe you could bump them up a little bit higher since they did just win the national championship. Oklahoma rounds out the top 25. We'll quickly go through the rest of these, see if there are any notable teams. Who is the magic number? Who's ranked 69? That honor belongs to Iowa State. So congratulations to the Cyclones. You had the nicest ranking going into the season. Now the question is, who is the worst team in college football entering season 13 of the series? And that honor belongs to ULM. They stole a recruit from us a couple years ago, so they deserve this. Looking at the conference outlook stage, we are unsurprisingly projected to win the conference, but we're in a very tough division. Number 4 UCLA, number 13 USC, number 16 BYU. And these other 3 teams aren't too bad themselves. In the other division, they are projecting Cal to win it. Looks like this division is quite a bit easier. So, I mean, we get the gauntlet, we get the challenge, so I suppose that's a little bit more interesting. Entering the season, quarterback Ross McKinney from Ohio State is the favorite to win the Heisman Trophy. No Westlake Hornets in the top 5. That doesn't really surprise me. Maybe we'll see Stephen Westwood have a really good season and creep in here, but I think this is fair. Now it's time to see the preseason All-American stage. I'm sure we're going to have some guys here. Utah State's receiver, this dude, Brandon Scott, who's a 79, is ahead of Carter Westwood. I call BS. That's dumb. Delvin Hines, along with his white cousin Kevin Hines, are the defensive ends. I think it's more funny that their first names rhyme. Delvin and Kevin, okay, not really. I mean, the ends are the same, but the L in Delvin really ruins it. How come we only have 1? Okay, 2, Anthony Mitchell. I guess because all of our defensive players are gone. I guess that's probably why. Yeah, that's fair. Second team, nobody on offense again. Okay. Big Tuna Richard Rivers Jr. is there. I'm sure we'll have more for the Pac-12. Only one on offense, that being Stephen Allen, the guard. Dwayne Morton, Delvin Hines, Tuna, Anthony Mitchell, Greg Guillory, and then on the second team, John Cummings, Carter Westwood. I'm surprised no Stephen Westwood. Over this dude, I'd pick Stevie. Mike Wilson's on there, and that is it. Before we insta-commit, let's actually scout some of our new potential incoming freshmen, including the top-ranked player who is interested in our school, that being wide receiver Damian Rose, and he goes up to an 80. But more of a merrier wide receiver, so we'll certainly be interested in him. How about athlete Damian Purcell? Looks like he can throw. I'm not opposed to going after a quarterback this year. He is also an 80. He looks like he is probably a wide receiver as well. So we'll probably get at least one of these two. Hopefully both, but we don't really need both. Chris Payne, he also looks like a quarterback. I guess that's fine. He's only a 73, which isn't great, but he could be a good defensive back for sure. John Pierce is a 78. He looks like a really good quarterback, so all these athletes can throw, which is common with this game. Wide receiver Juan Hernandez is a 78. We got ourselves our first gem of the day. He looks like he could be a good slot receiver. Defensive end Alvin Carroll goes up to a 79, 87 finesse moves. That's pretty good. Athlete Michael Hopkins, 93 speed. This guy looks like a really good DB. Quarterback Joe Kilpatrick. Once again, I'm not opposed to going after a quarterback this year. He is an 81, 96 accuracy. Good Lord. Okay, I prefer players with high throw power and low accuracy because it's easier to upgrade your accuracy in this game than throw power, but shoot, that is not bad at all. With 86 speed, I like this guy. Nick Ryan, he goes down 4. That's lovely. John Thompson is an 80. We need help bad at offensive tackle. If we get this guy, he'll start right away next year. Quentin Foster, it goes down to a 74. Defensive tackle Noel Payne is an 81. Defensive end Andrew Miller, 74. Running back Tazwell Hubbard is a gem, 80 overall. Cornerback Matthew Blunt, you can imagine the jokes we'll be making if he's on our team. He goes up to an 80. Yeah, this guy looks like a beast. We got a pair of Westwoods, Derek Westwood and Cody Westwood. You can imagine who these two are related to. Derek remains at a 79. Cody, meanwhile, is a gem. He goes up to an 81. So not quite the generational talent wide receiver that his older brother Carter was, but an 81 is still really, really good. Another quarterback, Jake Grover. Once again, you can't have too many quarterbacks. He looks like he has a stronger arm. Doesn't quite have the accuracy and mobile abilities as Kilpatrick. Got some linebackers here. We don't have a lot of super young linebackers, so that's going to be one of the priorities this year, including maybe Edwin Giardi, who's a 75. That's not terrible. And Barrett Carter, who also is a 75. All right, fellas, it is time. One of the most exciting parts of a preseason episode, Insta Cadets. So for those who are unfamiliar, anybody who is in first place with our school, we can offer them a scholarship, and there's a 20% chance they commit right on the spot. So our first guy we get to do this for is wide receiver Juan Hernandez, and we are unsuccessful. How about defensive end? Oh, I thought he was first. Okay, never mind. Not a lot of luck so far. How about John Thompson, offensive tackle? That would have been a big one. That sucks. Quentin Foster? Nope. I don't think he is, no. Andrew Miller? Nope. Who is next? Not a lot of guys. How about Jake Grover? Nope. Giardi? Yup, there we go. Edwin Giardi, or Giardi. I'm going to need to know how to say that, considering he's on our team now. Who is next? So we got one. That's good. How about Frederick Hill? Running back. Nope. TJ Hill, fullback. We got Hill, Will, and Hill. And they're all running backs. TJ Hill does not commit. Okay, how about Justin Bennett? Nope. Harold Alexander? Nope. Not doing so well. Zach Jones? Nope. Matt King? Nope. Jeez, this is a struggle. Then we just got Avery Horn. Nope. So this was kind of the fail. At least we got one player, Edwin Giardi, who we do need linebackers, so I'd say this is a pretty good get. I have officially allocated all of the recruiting points here for week 1. The strategy is not necessarily to put a bunch of points into a bunch of different players, but to really put a lot of points into the guys we want a lot. Now, I do plan on shifting the points up throughout the season, but at least for this first week, I'm really keying in on a lot of the players I really want. Our top targets, I would say right now, are probably Michael Hopkins and Joe Kilpatrick. I really like both of them. They're getting 600 points each. The max we can offer a player is 700, but I don't really want to do that yet because there are so many good players on this board. I just don't see that necessary. John Thompson's another player I really feel like we have to get. I'm not giving him as much as these two since we're winning on him. And then there are a lot of good players down here who are not getting points right now. They will be getting points pretty soon, at least most of them, depending on how their battles go. So a lot of good players down here who I would love to get, but nonetheless, that'll end the episode. I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. And now on to the custom recruit montage. Peace.